Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to call the Veterans Committee meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Mr. Benson.
Here.
Mrs. Labuda.
Here.
Mrs. Edwards. Ms. Vedder.
Here.
Mr. Sorensen.
Here. Please join me in the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. We'll do away with the first public comment. I really don't have any opening remarks other than to say thank you all for coming. And I would like to start with the commander's reports. You want to start?
Okay, I'll start.
Get you over and done with, right?
I don't, what do I have to report over? Tonight we're gonna, there's a veterans, what do they call it, Jack? Transitional home being set up in Liberty for veterans. It'll be a 6-bed home. I don't know if anybody's heard about it.
I heard about
But
it.
anyway, it's gonna be run by a Reverend and they're both from Daytop Village. Actually, John knows a lot about it also. John was at the meeting. Well, we're all gonna go to the meeting. We're all supporting this. And it'll be just for single, not a co-ed thing. It'll just be for men returning.
This is the transitional to
This
get
is
them on
this.
their feet and back into
Just
the
a
community.
6 to 8 month deal, and that'll be the whole deal with them. They were donated a house.
Right.
With so there'll be 6 beds, and they went to the zoning board. We all went to the zoning board meeting last month, and we supported them there. And now they're gonna have the public hearing meeting tonight at 7 o'clock down in Liberty. So that's it. Also, we're, John Lacey here? No. Well, anyway, he's the county commander, as you know, the American Legion County Commander, and Pete is the county commander for the VFW. And we're trying to get together a bunch of veterans to visit on the targeted dates for the veterans, the bill that Cuomo signed for the veterans for the taxes, school taxes.
School tax
And we're
exemption.
gonna-
17 for the school tax exemption.
What?
17 is the law. Law 17.
Law 17, I guess what it is, but we're gonna try and get as many veterans as we can. It's gonna be a joint effort with all the things, and I'm not sure. I know Monticello's school board meeting is on the 17th. At the Cook School, actually.
Fallsburg, I believe, is the 15th.
No, 15th for the Fallsburg, 17th for Monticello.
Fallsburg's the 15th.
Liberty, there's a real hard ass on the school board there. I don't know if you know who he is, but he's gonna be a hard sell. We're gonna need a lot of people for the Liberty, a lot of veterans to come support the Liberty one, because from what I understand, he's a hard sell. And basically, that's my report.
Thanks, Randy. Pete?
Yeah, my commander report is that basically we did our 9/11 ceremonies down in Eldred at our Heroes Park. We participated with the fire department, our constables, sheriff's department, state police, the Eldred Ambulance Corps, and we had a pretty good turnout considering, it was in the evening, 7 o'clock, and we had a nice turnout. It was very nice. Stanley Markowski, stand up, Stanley. Stanley Markowski is one of our members from our post. He was on the honor flight this past Saturday, and lo and behold, he was down there, and they had a great time, and he had the pleasure of meeting this gentleman who everybody knows was also on the honor flight, I guess. Senator Bob Dole.
See, I think it was Bob Dole's pleasure to meet Stanley.
I happen to agree with you on that.
He took the time to shake hands with every veteran that walked in that park that day.
Senator Bob Dole, 91 years old.
Yeah.
And he was a World War II veteran. He actually was wounded in World War II. Stanley, you have anything to say on behalf of the trip?
Signed it already?
This is Joy right here.
They go around the outside.
I'd like to say it was the most wonderful trip that I ever took when you had for the age of 4 boys and girls up to about 80 or more all congratulating you on the service you did for your country. Everyone wanted to shake your hand, and I did as much as I could. But I still have that feeling in myself that I wish all children and everything should be like that
All the time, right?
all the time.
I agree with you, Stanley. And thank you for your service to this great nation. That's all I have.
That's all you have,
Thank
Pete?
you,
Stanley's
Mr.
last
Chairman.
name.
Thank you.
Pete.
Al? You have
Nothing at
anything?
this time,
Nothing?
thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Van's come along really well. Went over to Bosse's on Tuesday. Fred has it in his body shop, found a little bit more cancer in the floorboard, so they're fixing that up really nice. We're hoping to launch it in November. We were planning on doing Veterans Day, but the school's closed on Veterans Day, so we're gonna pick another day. So to be announced, we're gonna let it out on the highway.
Great. That's good news. Any of the other veterans have anything to report?
I'd like to show you one more picture, if I may,
Sure.
from the honor flight. I don't know where Stanley picked these two young ladies up, but boy, oh boy, I am proud of them. There he is. Look at that.
Stanley!
I don't know, that's Stanley.
No wonder he smiles.
Wow.
And
Not with
they
that
were
one
dressed in
That's
red,
what Bob
white, and
called.
blue as well.
Thank
Pretty
you.
good, huh? I like that, huh, Verb? Huh? I'll send them over.
What's
When's the
Stanley's
post
last name?
meeting?
What's Stanley's last name?
Markowski, Stanley Markowski. He's one of our World War II vets. He was in Germany. Thank you.
You're welcome, Pete. Thank you.
Yeah, Joe Medina, Action Toward Independence. I just want to mention that we connected with the United Way, a lady named Kathy Warren, and she is in the process of getting furniture donated. And we took a slice of that furniture. It's from the Daytop's closing, right? And I connected her to the Reverend Graves, who's putting the house together to furnish each one of those rooms, right? So they're gonna be going down to the warehouse, do a walk around, right? And what we're gonna need is some bodies to help move it the day comes, right? Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joe.
I'd like to turn it over to Carol now. She has some more photos, which are up on the screen from the honor flight.
There is a lady, there's her photo up there, she's 103 years old, and she was able to go. This is from Gibson's campaign thing, how that got on there, I don't know. Keep going.
Who's that?
That is, I have no idea, Gibson speaking, okay?
Uh-oh.
It was opening.
There we go.
Here's
Yes.
There you
Louise.
go.
Okay.
The oldest
Louise
World War II.
Ruggiero, no?
No, that's
Ruggiero,
Louise,
she's
yeah, that's
94,
Louise.
yeah. And that's another gentleman that was on the honor flight, and it's Louise again on the bus. And it's another gentleman that was there, he just wanted to get his picture taken.
How much you
Oh, they were to the Marines, you know? It's- This was all taken over by ShopRite. We were getting ready to go to the airport at that point. This young lady here, she is the oldest living female Marine that's alive, that's still alive. She's 103. She's going to be 104
Wow,
this
that's
month.
great. 103 years old.
Yeah, bless her
Terrific.
heart. And she sat with Bob Dole. There should be a picture there. And he was talking to her. That's the reception we got when we arrived at Stewart Airport before we left.
Where's Stanley?
He's right over there.
Oh, you want to know about those two girls? That's what
Oh,
you
how
want
would
to
you
know
see that
about.
picture?
They were down by the World War II Memorial. Yeah, these are different
Oh, yeah, we went
different ones. These
Oh,
ladies were
Stanley.
greeters, okay? They were greeters. And there is Ruth again. And there she is speaking
Bob
with
Dole.
Bob Dole. And the senator asked her how old she was, and she told him, I'm 103. And he says to her, well, I'm 93. He says, I hope I look as good as you in 10 years.
I think she's a cougar.
You think?
I mean, he's only 93.
Well, you should have been there, Randy.
Guys,
He
ever-
took- he
you ever
really
hear
took
of
the
political
time.
correctness, Randy?
We're still fighting 3 paternity suits from a chief from there.
But he took the time to shake hands with every veteran that walked through that park.
Amazing.
I
And
gotta
took
tell you,
the
he
time
looks
to
good.
talk to him.
He looks pretty good too.
Yeah, he really does. These young ladies here, they were dressed in the 40s costumes, and they were handing out roses to all of the veterans as they were walking in, and took time for pictures, and so, which was nice. That was in the World War II Memorial.
Did she enjoy the trip,
Yes,
Carol?
very much. Yes, John, what did she tell you?
Oh, she's really
What's the British
still
one?
I
pretty
got that.
wound
Yeah,
up.
she was there. You're gonna see pictures
Oh, I
of her.
wanna
She
see
really
that.
enjoyed it.
Yeah, there's Louise and Ruth. I got them together.
Oh, that's nice.
Ruth, tell him about Ruth.
Yeah, I did. She's,
Oh.
yeah.
You told her she was, that's the British woman?
No,
No,
no.
Who's the
That's
book?
just a
We're
young
not there
lady
yet.
that was there. As we got closer down to where the memorial was, they had people dressed in 40s costumes, and some of them were like this young lady here in a sailor suit. They were just being entertaining. They were talking to everybody and dancing with people that wanted to dance, and they were just having a good time.
Wow.
Is the British one.
Oh, that-
This woman here,
She's a.
she is a British whack, and she served under General Eisenhower. She lives near me.
She's still looking for an American husband, huh?
No, she had an American husband. She buried him. You want to be next?
Kudos to you, Carol. Very
I know.
Boy, she shut you up.
Before or after the ceremony?
After the ceremony, she wants your insurance on
You can't even wait for the honeymoon?
it.
The honeymoon's over.
She met and married, Renee had met and married an American soldier, and they moved up to Grahamsville. And they lived up there about 2 months, and she became an American citizen. You know, so, and she was always been looking for things. This was by the unknown soldier. That was a group of people that was all the way over there, and a lot of them were our veterans. And you're gonna see where they did the changing of the guard. And one of those veterans had the honor of placing a new wreath on on the stand. He was from, what was it, the Buffalo?
Soldiers.
Yeah,
Buffalo soldiers.
yeah, he was from the Buffalo Soldiers, and that's how they had us all lined up with the wheelchairs.
Amazing.
Because we couldn't go anywhere else. The stairs were over on the other side, and if we went around on the other side there, that's where the other chain was, where they were coming in. So they made us all line up over
Oh,
here.
at least it was shady there.
Yeah, really, it was hot. It really was. And what they did too was, when they were doing this, and they did the changing of the guard, when he came walking up this way and he made his turn, he scraped his heel on the concrete twice. And that was their way of, excuse me, that's their way of saluting our veterans, because they couldn't stand there and do this. They had to do it that way, so. And that was pretty impressive. And that's from Iwo Jima. We didn't actually, we weren't able to get off the bus at Iwo Jima because we were running late. So we did 2 trips around with the bus, you know, so they could see, because one side, it looks like the flag is this way, and when you get around to the back, it looks like the flag is standing straight up. So, and that's the entrance. When we arrived at DC airport, and we had to, there was people there that were all from the military. They were all in uniform from all the branches. And there was people there that was in costume, and that's everyone. People there that was all in costume, and when everyone got on the bus and the buses were ready to pull out, all of the military stood on both sides of the road, and they saluted them as the buses were going by. It was really nice. And if I keep talking about it, I'm gonna cry again. Yes, Louis.
That's it.
Yeah, there we
Very
go.
good, Carol.
Thank you, Carol.
Thank
You're
you.
Thank you very
welcome.
much.
You're
Wow.
welcome.
John, I see you've joined us. Do you have anything to report, or no?
Nothing about the school board, John?
American Legion County is in the process of organizing the veterans, the VFW, the American Legion, all the veteran organizations, go to the school boards and try and get our tax rebate for the school. Some of the school boards are denying this, so we're finalizing it today at our meeting, and we have, our first date is the 15th at Fallsburg, and the 17th in Monticello's Cook School. So we're gonna approach and see if we can get their approval so they can pass it. So it doesn't look good, but we're gonna try, okay?
What was that second date, excuse me?
17th of October.
Just so you're aware, I've been in contact with some of the veterans in my district, which is Fallsburg.
Yes.
I will be at that meeting along with them. I've been to 3 meetings to try and get it done. Just so you're all aware, it was voted on the first time. They promised to revisit it. It missed by 1 vote, only because some people weren't there and 2 people recused themselves for reasons I don't understand. I've had conversations with those 2 board members in the meantime. Hopefully it'll go this time.
Yeah, we was under the impression Liberty was gonna pass it. Now we've updated last week, we're gonna have to attend that in the month of November, and approach that school board. But that's what we're working on in the county, trying to get organized to meet the school board. Thank you.
15th was when?
John.
That's Cook School. 15th is Cooks?
No, 7th.
The 15th is a
15th is Fallsburg,
Yeah.
17th is Cook.
Seventeenth is Cook.
Well, it sounds like we really need a large contingent to go to Liberty. That's the way it sounds like to me. I will definitely be at the one in Fallsburg. I will try and make the others as well. And I'll even dress up.
As far as that goes, Howie wasn't at the list, VFW post meeting, but our post is changing our meeting to that date. I don't even know if Howie knows about it, but we're gonna be changing our meeting to that date, and we're gonna go down to have our meeting in the parking lot in Fallsburg, and we're gonna actually have all the veterans that come to our meeting, which is 16 or 17 of them.
Yeah, okay.
And then we're all gonna be there, so.
Howie, so you know, I spoke with Carl Garrett and Billy O'Neill.
Yeah, certainly.
Okay.
The dates.
Yeah. Okay, Pete?
Gene, I'd like to just say one more thing. I
Sure.
mailed out the dinner tickets for our annual Veterans Day dinner. It's November 9th. I mailed each legislator tickets. I hope you can attend this year. We always have a good meal there, and the hors d'oeuvres are second to none. And if you can make it, we'd like to have you come aboard. Thank you.
Thank you, Pete.
Excuse me? Oh, our keynote speaker will be Dennis Baker. He's a retired commander in the U.S. Navy, and he wrote the book Restless Hearts.
It's about five of our county residents that 3 or 4 have died in Vietnam and 1 in Korea. So it's
The local.
yeah. If you need the book, I could tell you how to get it. It's a very nice story and heartwarming story.
I want to thank all the commanders for their reports. John, Director's report, please.
The POW-MIA ceremony down in the lobby was conducted on September 12th. It was rather well attended. I really appreciate all the posts who provided honor COA details. Everybody looked good. Carol was our guest speaker. She discussed the efforts of the Blue Water Navy to get just recognition and compensation for a forgotten segment of our veterans community. Howie and I attended the VSO school up in Syracuse from September 15th through 19th. I don't know about Howie, I'm still bleary. There's so much going on with the VA. What they are proposing to do, there's so many changes going on. We can't keep up, the American Legion can't keep up, and once some of these rule changes come into official play, nobody knows how the VA is going to interpret their own rules. So there's a potential for great mayhem. That leads into the big push the VA is making towards electronic claim submission. It's the statement from the American Legion training program, the V&RE group. They urge, and we urge, every veteran not to submit electronically. The potential for mayhem is awesome. The ability for the VA to lose things is well documented. It's a long-standing problem. At least they're losing something tangible. You have no idea where anything is or how complete it may be if your claim is submitted electronically. You have no way at all of knowing what's coming out of the other end and whether or not the integrity of what is being put into the computer at their end is maintained. Look at the IRS email fiasco. It's a disaster waiting to happen, and it's the suggestion of the American Legion that veterans who are considering filing a claim for anything, do it on paper. And please talk with our office. Let us assist you. We have POAs or the authority to represent through the American Legion and the VFW in our office. So we can help you, and we can make sure that there are people within the American Legion and the VFW looking over your back to help to make sure the claims process does not just disintegrate into a disaster.
John, one thing on that. The Legionnaire, the American Legion has an article on that. It has contacts that you can make for filing, and they do suggest don't do it electronically.
With the complexity of the Code of Federal Regulations, it's over 2,000 pages, double column, tiny little print. There's nobody out there who knows it all, and I really urge every veteran to at least come into our office or have us come out and speak to your organization just to give veterans an idea of what's available and the best way to request the benefit. Like everything in life, nothing's as simple as it first seems. So we'll be more than happy to help anyone to better understand and to file effective claims. On the medical backlog, which is another scandal involving the other half of the $140 billion VA monstrosity, much has been said about the authorization to permit the VA to more readily assist veterans to go to private practitioners when the veteran cannot get a timely appointment or must travel a great distance to get medical care. To the best of our knowledge, this program has not yet been implemented, and there is no date on the horizon for when it will be implemented. We have a number of people in our office right now who were experiencing medical emergencies at 2 o'clock in the morning on weekends, went to a local ER, and then the VA denied the payment because they decided it wasn't an emergency and you could have waited. So nothing's changed, and before anyone casually goes to a private medical provider with the assumption that the VA is going to pay the bill, please talk to us first, because it probably isn't going to happen without a fight. We have the Patriotic Veterans Luncheon coming up with a variety of groups, families of veterans, and Chris Gibson, he's going to be the guest speaker. He'll also be there to discuss veterans issues. That will be October 9th from 11:30 to 1:30 at Krakoliki's on the green on State Route 52 in Liberty. That's right by the golf course.
Oh, bogeys?
It's the old bogeys.
The old
Yeah, the
bogeys. And
There's some flyers here if anybody needs any flyers.
hopefully it will be well attended. There's so much going on in this world today and so much going on with the VA. It behooves every veteran to make their voice heard, to let our representatives in Congress know what's important to them. If we're quiet, nothing's going to happen. Nothing good's going to happen. And as you just heard, the honor flight was a terrific success. Louise Ruggiero is still dancing without her walker. She's really had a great time. She really enjoyed it. I haven't heard a dissenting voice yet from anyone who's been involved with honor flight. Joy has been the Sullivan County representative for honor flight, and you've done a terrific job making sure there was a seat for everyone. So, when's the next flight coming up? They have a date?
November is going to be out of Westchester. Working with Westchester to, because there's a lot of veterans down that way, and it's too far to come to Stewart. So the first flight's going out of Westchester, I think it's November 19th.
Are they accepting Sullivan County residents, or are they just taking Westchester?
All residents.
Anybody who can get down there.
All veterans, all World War II veterans. They had a Korean War veteran there too, didn't they? On this flight, this last flight, they had a Korean War veteran. It was in the paper, that's why I saw there's 84 and 1 Korean War.
Unless he was,
Terminal?
he could be terminal.
Could be terminal.
That's why he went.
All right. John, you have anything else? No?
I'm done.
All right, I will open it up to public comment. Anybody? You're not the public. I offered you a shot. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I just wanted to mention that we have 2 of our Monticello commanders with us from our veteran organizations here today. Bob Owens Jr. from the American Legion and Vert Convisor from the VFW. The only one that's not attending today is the standing commander for the Jewish War Veterans. I mention that because we're having Veterans Day services, as usual, on Tuesday, November 11th. It'll be at 10:30 here at the Government Center in the lobby. And the public's invited, and I hope all of you, if you're not otherwise taken somewhere, will join us for another very good service. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
You're welcome, thank you. John?
And as Al brought it up, please, if any posts or organizations are doing anything for Veterans Day, please notify our office so we can get it on paper and add it to a press release. So I'm sure Carol will be making phone calls, but if you contact us first, it'll help. Carol, Cheryl, excuse me. And I'm done.
You're done?
Gotta be going anyway.
Butch?
Just a short question, if you could do a synopsis. I know that you're going to the school boards for tax breaks, and I understand the importance of that. Same tax break in all townships, and
Depends.
what is that percent that you're,
Depends on the town, on the school board. And the townships are all different.
okay?
The school districts are all different.
I don't know.
Actually, I think the school
No, I
districts
think
are all
they're
the same.
They're all the same,
It's
yeah.
all
My
standard.
understanding is that it's basically the same as property taxes.
Well, it's a 15, a 25, and a 50%,
Right.
assessment.
No, not quite.
Not quite?
Well, that's the.
15% for a wartime veteran.
Right.
10% for a combat veteran, and then it's 50% if you're disabled, service-connected disability, you'll get 50% of whatever your disability is.
And I know that you can combine all 3. If you're all 3,
Yeah.
you're gonna get 75%.
I just think it's important so that somebody
No,
like our
no, if you're
press that's
disabled,
here
just disabled.
understands, so that all veterans could then start arriving and knowing what they're
Yeah.
in support of, and that's why I wanted the
No,
clarification.
that's,
Every town assessor has veteran on their tax rolls. It lists them as to what in what category they are, and whether it's wartime combat or disabled or all three or one or two, whatever the combination is.
So if they're,
John.
let's say they're a wartime vet, but Vietnam was a,
They served during a wartime, not in country, just served during that period of time that the government declared a war, that's considered a wartime veteran.
okay.
To be,
John.
even to have a service-connected
Let's-
disability does not have to be shot, stabbed, or
Yes, he
blown up.
knows.
You could have had a service injury that occurred while on active duty, and that would be considered a disability and your service connected. Okay, you don't have to serve in a combat zone to get that.
I think John can clarify this.
John,
I can update you on that. Under the Freedom of Information Act, I processed the paperwork, and I have the exact number of veterans. They don't give you the names. They got the exact number of veterans in every school district, and in every school program. So I'll give you an example. One township only has 5 veterans. Some of them have 40, some of them have 60. So the school, when I go to this meeting, I can tell the school board, you got 60 applicants, you get veterans are eligible for this. So the problem we're having, the school board has not went to the assessor's office and got this information.
So you'll be bringing that to the school board.
Yes.
I think that's really vital and important for both the veterans themselves and also for the townships that are dealing with this with that. So, thank you for the clarification.
it's not township, it's school district.
School districts within
And
that.
I can tell you for sure that Fallsburg does have that information because I gave it to them last February, just so you know. I don't know if we have any new veterans in the Fallsburg School District, but they had, as of last February, they had the information right down to the penny.
I just received a print on Tuesday from the assessor's office.
Well, we can
We'll see.
discuss that, because I don't know why you couldn't get the names, but I'll talk to you about that later.
Anyway, thank you for what you do too, by the way. I saw the article in the paper.
Hey, have the floor.
Absolutely.
Just wanted to inform everybody that back in early September, we took 5 wounded veterans up to Wild West in Edmonston, so it's 15 miles north and west of Binghamton, to shoot a fallow deer. The meat processing, the mount and everything will be taken care of by the Longbeard programs. And as you all know, that is administered by our Jake of the Year, Ethan Morgan. We took a local vet from Liberty, Mark Epstein, and we took one of our own, Alan Burke.
Brought them back though.
Yeah, we were
Yeah,
hoping
you know,
you
just so you know, Danielle is pissed off.
we were hoping you didn't bring them back.
We are taking another veteran on the 11th of October to the same facility for the same hunt. And this coming weekend, we're taking the 2 youth, the boy and the girl, with the disabilities. The girl is Marissa Peters from Jeffersonville, and the boy is Ryan Healy. He's actually up about 15 miles from Windsor towards Binghamton, but the family's local from Lake Huntington.
And their Longbeards were gracious enough to allow us to raffle off our rifle for the coalition while they were holding their Jake event.
Just so you're aware, your program was noted up at the State Association of Counties meeting in Buffalo by some of the legislators from Broome and Tioga County. They were very, very interested in that program, and I told them how to get in touch with you.
Very good, thank you.
Okay.
And in case you haven't heard, the Longbeards have been honored by the Historical Society's History Makers of the Year.
Yeah.
We'll be honored at the banquet.
It was in their last newsletter.
I didn't see.
It's in the paper,
Yeah, it was in the paper.
Too busy doing this stuff.
I understand. Thank you, Butch.
Thanks.
Anybody else before we call for a motion to adjourn? Yes.
I just have a question.
Sure.
It's a very simple question. When is the clinic going to have the flu shots available?
It's available
They're
now.
I
available.
called a week ago, they didn't have it, so now it's available.
Yeah, it's available now. As a matter of fact, if you step into a coalition meeting next door, we're gonna have a nurse from the clinic. Will be there and you can talk directly to him.
Incidentally, the VA just announced a cooperative effort with Walgreens to provide flu shots. But whether or not it's
it's in
fully
place.
functional at this moment, I don't know, but it's right around the corner, that's also gonna be another area.
John?
I just happened to be up at Public Health last week, talk about rabies clinics for pets, and Jessica, the nurse up there, has free vaccines for veterans that need, like, tetanus or, flu. She's got a whole series of vaccines that she would give free, so any veterans that need assistance there, I gave Steve that information because you guys were, up north.
And they're also coming out with a schedule of some of the townships where they have the flu vaccines available. That should be coming out this week.
Okay.
Are you the public?
I am public. I just wanted to keep the legislators abreast so they can make sure that Josh is ready to authorize a check for the coalition's van, that it will be available shortly. We're going to go up there this week to finalize some repairs. So to give you people ample time to think about how much money you want to give us.
He never gives
How
up,
much you
does he?
need?
He never misses a
The
meeting
honorable
with that.
gentleman sitting to your left has already apprised us of the
Yes,
situation.
came in late.
Oh, you were late. Just want to re-emphasize
Yeah,
that.
story of your life, Howie.
Put in your budget.
Anyway, all right. If there's nothing else, I'd like to call for a motion to adjourn.
Mrs. Labuda, seconded by Alan.
Okay,
Thank you. Thank you all for coming.
thank you, Gene.
Oh, no.